everyone, and welcome to the One Stop Co-op Shop. This is Colin, and today we are going to do our final Sleeping Gods video. 12 more event cards and our finale. I'm super excited. I am recording this right after finishing the last video, so if I made any errors, I'm not catching them. That's okay. At this point, we're just exploring for fun. So let's go ahead and jump in. And don't forget to check out Barrett's playthrough as well on Meet Me at the Table. I'm really interested to see how different his is from mine. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go over here to the galley. We're going to discard this Jack of all Trades card, and that's going to allow us to remove one fatigue token. I'm going to remove one from Colin, so he no longer has any fatigue. Then I'm going to draw one ability card, and I have Iron Will. That's into my hand. I'm going to gain 2 command because I went there, and then I'm going to use this command for stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to spend this 1 vegetable to gain a 2nd vegetable, and then I'm going to use that vegetable and some meat and a grain to get rid of 3 fatigue and heal 3 more, as well as 3 more meat to get rid of 3 more fatigue. So I'm going to get rid of 6 fatigue. I can get rid of 1 low morale. Let's go ahead and get rid of the low morale on Marco. And between the 6 fatigue that I'm removing, no one has fatigue. I can do some healing. The only person that needs any healing is Raphael. He'll heal the 1 point of damage. Everyone's fed. Everyone's happy. I'm happy. We do still have Weakened and Madness and a little bit of Frightened, but that's okay. Let's now draw our event card, and we have Pipe Clogged. A clogged pipe in the engine room is slowing the ship. Ongoing, -1 to fate when traveling. Oh, bogus. Perform a craft 6 challenge. If you succeed, discard this card and gain 1 XP. Okay, we can do that at some point. Our current quest that I'm looking at trying to complete is our Spout quest. We're looking for rocks to the east. Hopefully that will have a giant spider in it. So what we're going to do is check that one out first, I think. So let's go ahead and draw for fate. Now, if I get a 1, that's going to be a 0. We're not going to be able to move. So I'm going to have to redraw if it's a 1. It's a 5. We're good. So that was a 4 because one of our pipes are clogged. That's still enough for us to get over here. Let's see. We're going to have to do a test to see if anyone gets low morale. That's another 5. No low morale because fog and whatnot apparently has no effect on us. Then we're going to grab 1 command token because we are going to explore R18, and that's because Kanan has the engaged skill. As you sail near the red cliffs, a deafening crack pounds the air. A rift appears wide enough to sail through. A, sail into the rift, go to 58, or sail away. Let's sail into the rift, why wouldn't we? The ship sails in darkness, and the crew frantically shines lights on the cave walls that surround the ship, calling out warnings to port or starboard. Moments later, you enter a massive underground sea. Volcanic islands spew orange lava, and an ancient citadel stands at the far edge of the sea. Well, we finally made it to hell, says Gloria. Oh, Gloria! We haven't even talked to Gloria. She's the one that started with us. Oh my gosh. Move the ship to location R51 on Atlas page 30. Oh, we're going to move. Return to the ship. Take a look at this. Wow, we've got a volcano. Oh, this looks so cool. Another volcano over here. We have no way of getting off of this map. I don't see any arrows. I have no idea how we're going to get off of this map. That's so cool and scary at the same time. Well, we only have 12 event cards, so I'm not wasting time. We're going to use 2. We can move up to 2 spaces. Let's go to the Isle of Souls, because that sounds wonderful. Hey, it's hell. And let's check out R59. So I will gain 1 of these because we are exploring. We have the Isle of Souls. Spectral villagers wander through clay houses and broken monuments. A ghost woman nods her head at you. Lost souls are welcome to hide here, she says. We can either speak to a ghost girl crying near the deck, buy an artifact at a shop with a sign that says Afterlife Treasures, pay 1 coin to gain 1 artifact. I mean, that seems like a silly no-brainer. We're going to do that. And then visit the broken monument of Headless Horse in the town square. Here's our 1 coin for 1 artifact, which is considered 2 coins. So that was a great conversion. Plus now I have 2 artifacts. If I go to a port, I can turn that into 3 XP. Yeah, what is it? 2 artifacts. I can go to 3 XP and gain 3 coins. So yeah, that was awesome. Let's go ahead and speak to the ghost girl first. Kasumi approaches the crying ghost, while Raphael protests. Captain, we've got to get out of this place. Semi-transparent souls trot by, one of them walking through Raphael. Kasumi kneels down to speak to the girl. What's wrong? The girl looks up. She's missing one of her eyes, and a dark wound stretches down to her jawbone. Kasumi barely flinches. My father came here looking for me, but he didn't recognize me. I tried to talk to him, but he ignored me. Why would he do that? He kept calling my name over and over. Sancha, Sancha. I said I was here, but he didn't see. He couldn't hear me. She lets out an unearthly wail, dropping her head in her lap. Kasumi tries to place a hand on her, but it falls right through the poor girl's body. Take heart, little one. Do you know where he went? Perhaps we can find him together. The ghost girl perks up, sniffling. He left on a boat, heading east with barely any provisions and nothing but a rusty sailor's knife. I'm worried he'll be killed. Raphael and Marco mutter their disapproval from behind. Ruff, 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 ruff. We can A, invite Sancha to travel with you as you search for her father, or tell Sancha you can't help her. Ha! Yeah, right. 59.3, please. Sancha nods, sniffling and wiping away stray tears. I'm happy to go with you. It's better than this sorry place. Raphael and Marco gain 1 low morale. Psh, those little twerps. Okay, they both have 1 low morale. Of course, I just got rid of Marco's low morale. Gain adventure card 104 and gain quest 209. Here we have Sancha the ghost, so she'll let us redraw fate. And now we have Merc, Sancha's father. We met a ghost girl in the Isle of Souls and invited her to come with us and look for her father. Her father, still alive, is looking for her in a boat headed east. We can now visit the broken monument of a headless horse in the town square. Why the heck not? A frazzled woman scribbles on a scrap of paper. You're alive, says Gregory, poking her arm. She counters with a sneer. Don't touch me. Yes, I'm alive, for now, but I've done something bad. Oh yes, very bad. Now go away. We can either try and convince her to tell you what she did, or we can steal from the woman, or we can bid her farewell. We can do a cunning 6 test. I mean, my captain will give us 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to go ahead and exhaust my captain for 3. And let's just flip. We need a 3 or higher. And we got a 3. Beautiful. So that's a total of 6. Let's go to 59.7. The woman sits down on the ground, cross-legged, bidding you to do the same. If you want to hear the full story, then sit. When I found the entrance to the underworld, I couldn't believe my luck. I recruited some scholars and treasure hunters from Alzeria, and we started hunting for treasure. We entered the great tower to the east where a dark creature, an elephant with golden tusks, trapped us. I barely escaped, but I left everyone there, and now I don't know what to do. I can't save them by myself, but I don't want to leave them. We can either A, offer to help the woman, or we can steal from the woman. That's a perception 12, though. I don't really know what she's going to have, so let's offer to help her. 59.9. The woman shares a weak grin, mumbling to herself. I suppose we might try to rescue them together. We'll all likely die a gruesome death, just so you know what you're getting into. Ha, okay. Gain adventure card 126 and quest cards 210 and 212. Looks like we now have another passenger, Thrusiana, and we have Thrusiana's crew. We met a woman in the Isle of Souls named Thrusiana. We promised to help her rescue her crew from an elephant with golden tusks. She said they're in the dark tower to the east, but she can't remember exactly where. We also have Frazzled. We met a frazzled woman in the town square on the Isle of Souls. Well, it seems like to me we have tons to explore here. So to start this next turn, should we go to the all bridge? Because we'll get back, what? Yeah, let's go to the bridge. We're going to get back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 command, and I'll gain 3 of those back. That gives me a total of 5 command. Then we'll draw one of these. Oh, that's just a basic savvy. We're going to immediately spend that, and we're going to put that onto Laurent. Laurent can use that for damage, as well as it gives him savvy abilities. Remember that our move is -1. We don't want to forget that. We have a wounded bird. How did a bird get over to hell? A huge red bird crashes on the deck. Its wing is bloody. Tend to the bird and help it fly away. Savvy 6. We can remove 1 low morale. Or eat the bird. Gain a meat, and Kanan gains low morale. Oh, Kanan, you... Oh, no, it's not Kanan. Kasumi. Kasumi gains 1 low morale. Yeah, she can deal with the low morale. Let's gain 1 meat, shall we? That bird looked tasty. You know what tastes really good with bird? Some wine and some nice music. We're going to remove one of the fatigue on Captain Sophia and one on Mac, and we're going to remove the two low morale, one on Kasumi and one on Raphael. So Kasumi, she got over it pretty quick. I think the first thing we're going to do is use Audrey here to do the test on our pipe clogged. We need a total of a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. We only need 2 more. Oh my gosh, it's exactly 2. 6. And if we look here, that's a craft 6. We'll get rid of this and gain an XP. That'll be our 3rd XP. I think it's safe to say the pillars for Thrusiana's crew is somewhere over here, so it'd be one of these 4. For Merc, we just know that her dad is somewhere to the east. I have no idea. Could be here, here, there, and any of those ones. So it's just a question of where do we want to go? Well, I was going to do my second action, but I'm realizing that my last turn, I did 3 actions. What a cheater. Because I moved and then checked out 18, which then brought me over to 51, and then I moved over to the Isle of Souls and I explored it. And I could move because I used my travel 2, so that was okay. So what I'm going to say is I only had 1 action this turn, and that was to get rid of that hard to move card. And so this time I'm going to go over here to the galley. I am going to get rid of the 1 fatigue on Audrey by discarding Iron Will. We'll get rid of Iron Will. I'll gain 2 commands, so that'll put me up to 4. And I'll draw an ability card, and we get Refine. Well, we already have one of those. Let's draw our next card, and we have Tornado. Great. A Twister rips through the sea ahead. Avoid the Twister. Strength 7. Fail 2 damage, 2 ship damage. You must move the ship 1 distance. Well, I'm okay with that. I wanted to move it anyways. Strength 7, huh? Let's just draw for this. Let's see what we get. We get a 2. Okay, we're just going to take the 2 ship damage. So we're going to take the 2 ship damage in spots 6 and 5. Well, that's not really great. The 6 means we're blocking off the bridge. I use that all the time. And the 5 here, ugh. So what I'm going to do, I've got that Refine card on Audrey. I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 command, and that's going to allow me to repair 2 times. I'm going to repair the bridge twice. No, bridge once and the deck once, because we know these next 3 are good. I could get some resources that way. Having to move the ship 1 space, not terrible. I'm going to move here. I'm going to go ahead and just test my strength here for a 5. We've got a 3. Do we want to do it? It's going to cause someone to get low morale. Let's do it. I'm going to slot yet another one. I only have 1 command left, you guys, but that's going to give me enough so we don't take the ship damage. I'm going to give the low morale to Raphael, I think, so Raphael has low morale. The one nice thing is we didn't have to spend an action to move here, so I'm really interested in what that is. Maybe her dad is looking here for her. Let's check out R72. And we gain a command for doing that because we are still engaged. We definitely do not have the holler keyword. A man slides down a slate ledge, sprinting towards you when he sees you on shore. I'm so relieved to see people from the surface. I'm in desperate need. My fiancée entered a strange sphere made of darkness. She hasn't come out for days. I sent others in after her, but they disappeared as well. I'm afraid if I enter, I won't be able to make it back. The people you already sent in didn't return, and you expect us to do the same? Max scoffs. A. Agree to investigate the sphere, or B. Wish him luck and decline. Oh, but it's his fiancée. Let's help him out. You follow him for an hour through a slate canyon. The sphere of shadows floats above a sandy ledge, fingers of darkness swirling over the surface of the orb. A. Enter the sphere. B. Turn back. You know this isn't going to be good, but this is this guy's fiancée. You can't say no. Let's keep going. As you step into the orb, gray clouds surround you. You immediately turn around and walk back the way you came, but the clouds are endless. You walk a bit faster, breaking into a sprint, but you cannot escape. A dewy mist clings to your clothes as you wade through it, unable to see. After what feels like an hour, the clouds part and you find yourself and the entire crew on a sun-bathed rock. Below you, the clouds swirl around the rock like the eye of a storm. Don't go back in, says Gregory, grabbing your arm as you reach out to the swirling mist. You'll wander for another hour before making it back here. Nearby, you spot a young woman with white hair and a group of sailors around a pitful fire. Bring any food? Asks one of the sailors, his eyes drooping as you shake your head. I have tons of food. Why can't I give it to them? The woman with white hair stands up, walking towards you. I know my fiancé sent you here for me, but we've tried everything to get out. It's impossible. Nothing's impossible, ma'am, if you just set your mind to it, right? Or if you pick one of these 5 actions, run as fast as you can through the gray mist, throw a message in a bottle through the mist, command the crew to walk in a counterclockwise direction around the edge of the mist, touching it with one hand, make a human chain and walk through the mist, command the crew to make as much noise as possible. Okay, a message through the mist sounds silly. Command the crew to walk around. Okay, that one sounds the most ridiculous. Let's do this one. R53. You feel rather silly walking in a circle at the mist edge. What is this supposed to do? Asks Gregory. Something? Maybe? Says Audrey. Captain knows what she's doing. But nothing happens. Gain 1 low morale. We're going to go back to that same spot. Let's give that low morale to Mac because she's the one who first told me not to do this. This was stupid of me. Looking at what we have left, throwing the message in a bottle seems silly. Running as fast as you can doesn't seem like a good idea. Make a human chain. Command the crew to make as much noise as possible. I think we're just going to get our throats sore. Why don't make a human chain? Sure. R49. The crew links arms. The girl with the blonde hair and the other sailors join in, and you carefully step into the mist. Nervous mumblings from behind touches your ears, but you press forward. Soon the clouds part, and you've reached the underworld again. Not long after, the rest of the crew emerges from the dark sphere behind you, and the man who asked for your help jumps up in surprise. When he sees the girl with blonde hair, he rushes to her, tears in his eyes. Oh, we did something great, you guys. I thought I'd never see you again, he says. She holds him. I'm alright. A little hungry, but we're okay. The other sailors, now free, scramble away from the sphere down a stony path. The reunited couple gives you a small bag. As you peek inside, the couple and the sphere of shadows fade, melting away until nothing's left. Weird. Raphael staggers back. What the devil? Gain 5 coins, 2 artifacts, 2 grain, and 2 XP. Gain quest 217. We've got Holler here, strange sphere. We helped a woman escape a sphere of shadows, but then she and her fiancé disappeared. 5 coins, 2 grain, 2 more artifacts. That means I think we have 4 of them. That was only our first action, so let's go ahead and use our steam engine for our second. We have no command left, but we are going to use that to move 2 spaces. 1, 2, and then that way we can spend our final action to go to R96 and gain 1 command. As you navigate near the tower, stray masonry and stone tumble from the precipice. The deadly shower rains down around the manticore. Oh, no, that's not where that elephant thing is. Navigate away from the falling stone. Savvy 9. Take 3 ship damage if we fail. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Laurent can give us 4. Then we would just need a 5. Or do I take 3 ship damage? 3 ship damage is a lot. Well, that's why we have Laurent here, right? So let's use him. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need a 5 or a 6. And we get a 2. So we've got lots of ways to reflip. Oh, I only have 1 command, though. Okay, we're going to use our ghost. I was hoping that maybe we found her father there. So then we'll flip. Oh, yes, that's a 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. You don't know what might be shaking the foundation of the ancient structure to cause such a crumbling, but you're relieved to be away from it. Gain 1 XP. Well, that's going to put us at a total of 6 XP. We'll start that next turn by going to the bridge. We're going to remove all 4 of these, and we're going to gain 3 of them, plus the none that I have. So I only have 3 command. I'll draw 1 skill card, and I have treat. I'm going to have to discard something. I'm going to discard bandage. Oh, you know what? I missed 2 other adventure cards that had command tokens on them, just so you know, so I've removed those. That was on my Zokmir Wine and Nightmare Gloves. All right, now, event. We have the Serpent's Guide. An azure serpent rises from the water. Attempt to communicate. Cunning 6. If we fail, -3. Health. Oh, ignore hazards this turn? Yeah, why not? Let's do it. 3 health. We can have someone soak 3. So let's just reveal a card. We've got a 3. We failed. Let's have Raphael take 3 damage. Yeah, he's fine. The biggest thing is we can ignore this then, which is awesome. So let's first, since we're here, check out R42. That will give us our 4th command since we are exploring. A solitaire figure sits in a fishing boat near the base of the tower. Do we call out to the figure or leave it alone? Call out to the figure? We're probably going to have to fight it. Let's check it out. R80. As you call out to the figure, he evaporates in an instant. Appearing on board the Manticore, he runs around the deck screaming, and you can't get a good look at his face. Then, like a wave of mist, he flies off the ship and disappears. You search his boat for valuables and find a leather satchel filled with glowing tools. Gain 1 frightened. Who do we not want to attack with? We never attack with, well, I would say Gregory, but the problem is he's already frightened. So I'm going to give this to somebody else. Let's do Raphael, and I can always use Gregory to get rid of it. So Raphael now can't attack. But we do get to gain adventure card 134. And oh my goodness, that is going to be amazing. 3 craft for 1 command token. Thank you very much. Let's then go ahead and use 2 out of our 4 command. That seems like so much to use our engine, though. We can move up to 2 spaces. I'm just going to move here. Ignoring that, let's check out R77. And don't forget, that gives me 1 command token. Do we have keyword pachyderm? I think we do. Let's go ahead and check out 77.5. The ancient stairs and cyclopean walls stand hundreds of feet in height. Thrusiana guides you into the citadel with a bored confidence. She seems too familiar with the unearthly place. You find a small camp in one of the hallways. Canvas tents surround a dead fire pit, and boxes of supplies, including explosives, sit on the far edge. This was our camp when we came here before, Thrusiana sighs impatiently. Come on, we don't have time to mess around here. She leads you to a great hall lined with columns as tall as skyscrapers. You hide in the shadows of one of the columns and examine the room. At its far end, a dejected crew sits within dirty metal cages. That's them, says Audrey. Suddenly, a tremor runs through the ground and up the columns. A huge elephant enters the hall, slamming the ground with titanic legs. In the eerie lighting, you catch glimpses of its 4 curved tusks, a multitude of green eyes, and a necrotic skin. The elephant opens the cage with its trunk, grabbing one of the crew members and stuffing him into a wide mouth before anyone can even blink. Only the hint of a shriek escapes before the elephant swallows the man whole. Oh, that's terrible! Audrey gasps and Raphael curses. The crew watches the gruesome scene, unable to move, unable to speak. You're not sure whether to run or stay put, when Thrusiana steps from the shadows and waves at the elephant. I've brought more presents for you, Sloyful, she calls out. They're hiding behind this pillar. Raphael shouts in rage. She tricked us! Mac closes her eyes, her expression falling. How did I let this happen? We can either hide from the elephants and try and free the prisoner, that's a perception 12, or we can use the explosives that were left behind to try and topple a column so it falls on the elephant. That's a craft 13. Or we can attack the elephant. That's a level 24. Yeah, level 24 and me, we don't really mix. Because that would mean my entire crew's dead. So I think the craft 13, especially with that car we just got, that means it's only a craft 10. Audrey is what, 4 on herself? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4 just on her own. Let's see if we can do this. We have 4 craft here. Plus 1 more here. He's frightened. He can't attack, but he can do this. Although I have to spend 1 command to do it. So we have spent 1 command, but we now are at 5. And we're going to do our captain for 6. Okay, 6. We need to get to a 13. Well, flip. Okay, 6 plus 4 is 10. Actually, that'll work really well. 10 plus the 1 here, 11, 12, 13. Nobody's business. We just blew up that column. It's going to fall and land on the elephant, hopefully. You carefully set the trap, arming the explosives near one of the massive columns. The elephant takes the bait and charges. Raphael lights the fuse and runs, and the blast throws him through the air. The column slams down upon Slaville, crushing the elephant demigod and spraying dark marble across the flagstones. After a search for Thrusiana turns up nothing, you return to the Manticore, fire engines, and steam away. The few of Thrusiana's former crew that escaped can hardly speak. One of them, an old Alzirain, hands you a bag in silence. I think this belonged to Thrusiana, says Mac. I hope she's stuck in that place for good. After a few hours, one of the survivors thanks you. Thrusiana tricked us into coming down here. The elephant promised her power and riches if she brought more people. I don't know if I can ever forget what happened. Gain 4 coins, 3 XP, Adventure Card 125, the Stone of Screaming, and Adventure Card 103, the Tusk of Slaville. Lose Adventure Card 126. Yeah, Thrusiana, get out of here. And then complete Quest 212. We're going to exchange this 1 coin for this 5. Beautiful. I think we've got 10 coins now. We've got so many coins. 3 XP gives us a total of 9. We've gained, I believe this is our 10th totem. I'm starting to lose track. Move a damage token on an enemy card to an empty adjacent square. Kind of cool. I'm not sure how much I'm going to use that. But this, 2 damage with only 1 command token. Yeah, that is amazing. And we're going to take Thrusiana and throw her in the water. See ya. We'll move to that next turn. Let's go ahead and go to the deck this time. I'm going to draw 1 adventure card or ability card, World Wisdom. I'm going to discard... No, I don't really want... I'm going to discard that one because our adventure deck, or our ability deck, there's only 2 cards left in it. And then what I'm going to do is, I know this one's good. I'm going to flip 1, and I'm going to gain two grain. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the last 2 grain that we can gain, I'm going to gain 2 grain. I don't think I need more supplies. Oh, and of course, I'll gain 2 command, which I'll take that. So I have a total of 3. We are loaded with so much stuff, it's ridiculous. Okay, we have explosive fish. Fat fish leap onto the deck, exploding in a greasy cloud of ash and fire. Harvest the fish before they explode. Strength 6, fail, 2 ship damage, gain 1 meat. Okay, we can still get meat. Strength 6, let's just flip for it. We would take ship damage, but I think that's all right. Oh, it's a 5. Let's use Mac. Never mind, instead of using Mac, because that would take 2 command, let's just use 1 on the Nightmare Gloves. That gives us enough, so we don't have the ship damage, but someone takes a low morale. I'll put that back onto Kasumi. Another meat is certainly welcome, but really what I need is a lot more command tokens so I can start using this. Look, I have 1, 2, 3, I have 4 artifacts. I feel like at this point, let's check out R81, and then we'll start heading back this way if we still haven't found that gal's dad. So we got a 4, we can move up to 2 spaces for movement. I think we're just going to move here. We're going to gain 1 command for exploring. That'll be our 3rd command. Let's check it out. If keyword Merc, guess what? That'll work. We have Merc. So let's go to 81.2. A little boat floats beneath the shadow of the tower, the dark waters churning. Sancha appears next to you, her open face wound more visible and disturbing than ever. Father! The man in the boat turns, surprised to see the Manticore and his ghostly daughter on board. Suddenly, the water churns below the man's boat. Oh no. Combat 18. 752.53. Okay, since it's combat, gaining 2 command, that will give us a total of 5 at least. And none of us are injured, really. Except for Raphael. Who cares about him anyways? Well, this looks fun. We've got a 7, a 5, and a 6. This guy doesn't look terrible, though. Kanan can almost take him out just on his own. But this guy, we gotta make sure we take him out. Otherwise, the adjacent's gonna deal +2 damage during that end phase. Oh my gosh, +4 because of that. Oh, and this has first strike. I should see if I can cover that up. Oh, lots of fun stuff. All right, let's start combat. We're gonna go ahead and attack that serpent first, so we need a 7. Now, Kanan is at 1, 2, 3, so we need a 4. Of course, it'd be helpful if I shuffled up the ability deck, because it's totally been used. We've shuffled up, and we get a 2. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 2 more. I've got the perfect thing for that. Those goggles. Remember those goggles? That's a +2. We'll use 1 for that. That's a total of 7. We're going to deal our damage first. I'm also going to use a command on our Tusk. Our Tusk now is adding 2 damage, so we just attacked for 5 beautiful damage. We're going to do 2 damage, 3 damage, 4 damage. Remember, we can always hit diagonal with our pistol, and then 5, knock out that first strike. That way, when we do attack that Squid Titan Eyes, he is not going to be able to attack us first. I love that. Now, this Serpent's going to attack us for 3. We have 1 block, so Kanan will take 2 damage. Ha! Bring it. Audrey has her Death's Bell here. She's going to go ahead and use it. That's a +5. She's going to attack the Serpent here, so she just needs a 2 or higher. She gets a 3. That's going to deal 2 damage. We're then going to slot another one of our command on here to deal 3 damage with this attack. So to deal 3 damage, we'll deal 1 here, 2 here. Just going to put this here because this guy is toast. We're going to have Kanan attack a second time. We are going to attack those Squid Titan Eyes. So we need a total of 6, and we have 3 for our accuracy. We'll flip. Ah, it's a 6. Beautiful. We are going to use our second to last command. Put it here. We're going to take 1 point of damage for this, but we're going to deal 4 points of damage. With those 4 points of damage, 1, 2, 3, 4. I love diagonal. This guy's gone. Now, I forgot last time, but I can do it now. I'm going to go ahead and give my synergy token. I'll give it to Captain Odessa because I'm going to have Captain Odessa attack this squid for our last combat token. She's got a +2 here. She only needs a 5, so we need a 3 or higher with this flip. We get a 2. Let's go ahead and use our final command token to redraw. We're going to use Sancha for this. That's kind of thematic. A 6. Beautiful. With 4 damage, we'll deal 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 on the arm. So that way, we only get attacked back for 5 points of damage, 4 plus 1, and we have 1 block, so we'll take 4 on our captain. Ow. Kind of hurts, but it's not the end of the world. Unfortunately, though, now we're going to get attacked for 5 points of damage. Let's go ahead and put all 5 onto Gregory, because what else are we going to use him for? Okay, now we can start the next round of combat. Let's take this guy out, shall we? Let's use Kasumi for our first attack. We just need a 3 or higher to hit, and we get a 5. That means we're dealing 3 points of damage. We'll deal our 3 as 1 and 2 here for a total of 3. We can give this to any one of our teammates. I'm going to go ahead and give this to Audrey. And then, unfortunately, this squid's going to attack us for 5. We have no block, so Kasumi is now exhausted because she only has 5 health. But then, I don't even need to really show this because I've got the death bell here for Audrey. She's going to go ahead and use that. She's got the +1 here. She already has enough to be able to take it out. Oh, there it is, a 3. I mean, to be able to hit because we have +5 compared to the 5. Well, we just made it as 8. So we just hit for 2 points of damage. +1 is 3. 1, 2, 3. Squid arms done. Sancha descends to her father's boat. Father, why didn't you recognize me before? Do you not know your own daughter? Sancha's father wipes tears from his eyes. I knew it was you. I just couldn't accept it. My mind fed me a lie that you were out here somewhere, alive and waiting for me to rescue you. Sancha thanks you for helping me. I will stay with him from now on. I can help him back to the surface. Sancha's father bids farewell, giving you a strange lantern with a totem in the center. Another totem? Gains 6 coins. 5 and 1. Holy moly. 1 meat. I only have 1 meat left. 4 XP. We now have a total of 13 XP and card 122. Another totem, and look at this totem. Ignore one enemy's counterattack. That is probably one of the coolest cards I have seen. Ignore a counterattack? Okay, complete quest 209. I would say that was worth it. Well, that was pretty awesome. Let's go ahead and move now to the bridge. I'm going to remove all of this command. I'm going to gain 3 of them. I don't have any in my supply, so now I have 3 in my supply. I'm going to draw 1 ability card. I already have 3 in my hand. That's a 6. I'm just going to discard it. I don't want rage anyways. I want that in the discard pile so that it'll be shuffled back into the deck. And let's go ahead and draw 1 adventure card. And we have the Zokamir Refugees. An overcrowded boat floats low in the water. As you sail near, the refugees throw grappling hooks. I think I've seen this one before. Help repair the craft, craft 8, or cast off the hooks, strength 6. Let's do the craft 8. We'll use Audrey for 1, 2, 3, 4, and all we need is 4 more. Oh, we got a 5. Beautiful. So we'll just gain an artifact. I think that'll be our 5th artifact. There's only 1 more artifact left. I think we just really need to get to a port. To start off this turn, I'm going to use my life seed here, turn 1 vegetable into 2. Then I'm going to use one of those vegetables for my smoked fish, using 2 meat and that vegetable to remove 4 of these beautiful fatigue tokens. Then I'm going to heal 5 damage, and that all is going to come from Kasumi. So Kasumi is now fully healed. Love it! Then what I'm going to do is use 3 of my grain I have here and my final command. I'm going to remove the remaining 3 of our fatigue tokens. So now no one has fatigue tokens. And I'm going to heal Kanan by 3. So now he has no damage. So now we only have Gregory having 5 damage, Raphael having 3, and our captain having 4. We're then going to try and make a big push towards that port. I've got so much for supplies. I want to go ahead and use some of it. So we're going to use Audrey for our move. We have 1 on her board, 2, 3, 4, plus 2 from this, that's 6. We just want to get to 9, so a 3 or higher, a 5 will work, and it's another full steam. So we'll go ahead and move 4 spaces. So we'll move ourselves 4 spaces. 1, now we can ignore this because of Audrey's special ability, where as long as we get past 9 or more for our fate draw in total, we can ignore all hindrances when we move. That's her jury-rigged level up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. We're at the Isle of Souls. What I want to do there is go to port. So when we go to port, the first thing we gain, of course, is 1 grain, because I need more grain. That's our 4th one. Let's go ahead and heal some people. We're going to load ourselves up with XP. I believe I can do this more than once. We are a collector. We're going to pay 4 artifacts to gain 6 XP and 6 coins. So what that's going to give us for XP is 19 total XP. Oh, that's going to be a real fun to figure out what we're going to do with that. 19. Okay, I am going to use 3 out of the 6 coins that I just got to go to the healer, and I'm going to heal up my remaining 3 characters so no one has any damage. I also have a total of 3 supplies, so I'm going to go ahead and use all 3 of those to repair the deck, the bridge, and the quarters. Here we have our 3 level ups. 7 plus 7 is 14, plus 5 is 19. I cannot believe how much XP I have. So our captain has restore 1 health to the captain when the captain activates a synergy token. Marco will now also be a baker. When any player cooks a recipe, restore 1 extra health. And we've got a sword master over here. Mac will now have a plus 5 when using the sword, and she'll have 1 block. To start our next turn, let's go ahead and move to the quarters. We're going to remove 2 of these command, 1 from each of our recipes, and then we're going to gain 3 command, which is good. We didn't have any. So we got 3 command now. I get to draw an ability card. My hand is full, so I'm going to have to discard 1 of them. And I have, what is that? World Wisdom. We'll go ahead and discard this Maintain. We'll then draw our event card. We are on our last 6. We have a hurricane. A ruthless storm thrashes the ship. Turn back the way you came. You cannot travel this turn or sail through Savvy 7. I think we can do the Savvy 7. We'll use Laurent here. He has a total of 1, 2, 3, 4. So we only need a 3 or higher for this. Oh, that's a 1. Let's go ahead and use Kasumi here. I want to flip that. I don't want to fail and take 3 ship damage. So we will use her ability to redraw if we get a 1, and we get a 3. Beautiful. 3 plus 4 is 7. We're good to go. We had 19 XP. We now have 19 money. We're at a marketplace. Let's go ahead and do that for our first action. So we'll draw 7 cards. We have the Amulet of the Fox. That looks cool. Plus 2. We've got the Pan Shield. I like that one. That's 2 cards. We've got Steamed Vegetables. That's 3 cards. We have blow darts. Oh, a plus 4. That seems okay. Doesn't do that much damage. 5. We've got some more block. 6. We have a Zokimir hammer. Oh, 4 damage. Yeah, I think I'm going for that one. And 7. Another 2 block. Wow, lots of 2 blocks this time. We're going to spend 17 bucks here. Wow, that's a lot of money. But we're going to get a hammer. We're going to get the amulet. And we're going to get the Zokimir jerkin. I have to put the hammer on someone. I think I'm going to put the hammer on Kasumi. Yeah, you know, it just makes more sense to put it on Raphael. I think, but Raphael, I mean, he's frightened. He can't even attack. So yeah, we're going to do Kasumi. She's got her sword and a hammer in her other hand. I'm getting to the point where I think I'm ready to get out of hell. And I'm pretty sure that this one is going to get us back there. So I'm just going to do a travel action, draw a card. We've got a 3. That's more than enough. We'll move to here. Next turn, then, we'll check this one out. For this turn, let's move to the galley. I'll go ahead and discard World Wisdom to remove 1 fatigue token on Laurent. I want Laurent ready to go in case we have any savvy tests. Then what I'll do is I'll gain 2 command. I have 2 from before, so I have a total of 4 command. And we will draw a new ability card, especially since I just lost 1. And we just get a basic 4. Let's see how bad this event is. We've got a Thief in the Night. Who's going to steal from hell? Under a cloudy night sky, pirates sneak aboard. Negotiate. Gain 1 low morale, lose 1 coin and 1 food. You cannot do this. Okay. Or scare off the pirate scum. Strength 7. I've got that card that gives me 3 for strength. Let's do that. If I fail, I just take -4 health. I think I can soak that. So let's go ahead and just draw. We need to at least get a 4. 4 or higher. We get a 6. Oh, I still have to use it. It's going to gain us 1 low morale, but I still am going to have to use it. Actually, so I don't have to deal with the low morale, I think I'm just going to use Mac. That'll get us +1 to our fate draw. We're 7. We're good to go. Let's go ahead and check out R51. And because we're doing an adventure, we gain 1 command token. We're at 3. A vast cavern opens, and you can see daylight at the far end. A, navigate the cavern and return to the surface. Yes, we're going to do that. 51.4. The sun is blinding and the hot air hits you like a hammer, but you soon grow used to it. Move the ship to location R18 on Atlas page 29. Boom. Well, this place looks oddly familiar, and we're out of hell. I'll take it. Now, I'm pretty sure I have to run that test, even though I just kind of appeared there. So let's go ahead and see. And I get a 5. Beautiful. I was just assuming I was going to take a low morale, but I didn't. Let's then go ahead and use our Lucrin steam engine, and we'll see if we can find that spider over here. So we've moved over here. Let's check out R3, and that means we're going to gain 1 command token back. So we have 2 still in our supply. We don't have the secluded keyword. Atop a clay tower, a telescope made of iron points at the bright swirls of stars above. A woman stands at a bonfire roasting meat on a spit. Greetings, outsiders. The stars here are strange to you, aren't they? She grins, cutting off a piece of meat and throwing it into her mouth. Yes, I know you're from Earth. It's easy to tell, she says as she chews. Do you live here alone? Asks Audrey. My husband used to help me study the stars, but a cliff spider took him about 10 years ago. Since then, I've continued the research on my own. I'm studying the constellations, and I'm looking for signs that help me predict the future. I see great things coming to this world, and quite soon. Gregory clears his throat. Oh, you're, an astrologist? Yes, and the pay is pretty good too, she replies. Alzarian merchants visit me quite often asking about future good prices and safe shipping routes, but I can't help them anymore. My telescope is broken. We can either attempt to fix the telescope, that's a craft 11, trade with the woman, or bid farewell. Oh, we are definitely going to help her with that telescope. I love astrology. It's a little bit unfortunate I didn't pull off Audrey's fatigue. I'll have to do that soon, but I'll use her for this test. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 right now. We're going to add to that 3, that's 7. Then we will discard this one, that's 8. And then we'll use a command on that ghostly tool satchel for 9, 10, 11. You spend all night replacing, cleaning, and altering the telescope lenses. Thanks, Audrey. I was reluctant to let you work on the telescope. It's so fragile, but you did a good job, says the astrologist. It's been hard to keep up maintenance on this thing since my husband became spider food. She cackles. Sorry, I shouldn't make light of it, but the humor helps me deal with his passing. Gain 2 meat, 1 grain, 1 vegetable, 2 XP, and adventure card 99. Cool. That's our first 2 XP since going to the port. We now have the Bones of Fate. When you must draw Fate, instead of drawing from the deck, discard an ability card from your hand and use the Fate number on that card. Oh, that's cool! It was nice to be able to help out that astrologer, but we were not able to find the spider, although the spider killed her husband, so let's see if we can take that spider out. So we're going to gain 3 command tokens here, and we've refreshed all 7 that were out on the board. I have a total of 4 now. And I'm going to grab an ability card, and we get Rapid Strike. We'll then go ahead and draw our event card, and we have the Cryvern attacks. A huge Cryvern swoops down upon the ship. Fight it off Strength 8, or outrun it Craft 9. Oh man, Audrey's not ready. A Strength 8 test? I guess we do have Colin here. Let's go ahead and use him. He has 1 Strength from this one, 2 from this one, and 3 from that one. So he's at a 3. We need an 8. We get a 5 plus 3 is 8. I didn't have to use our nightmare gloves, so we passed. I'm going to use 2 of my 4 command, and I'm going to remove 1 of these fatigue from Audrey and 1 from Colin. That means Audrey still has 1, Colin has none. And I'm going to remove some low morale on Kasumi, and a low morale on Raphael, because he does love his wine. Well, I'm a little miffed because if you look over here, there's no other place to the east that we can go to find this spider. I guess maybe check out the rest of the island. So I think I'll do a craft test to move, and we'll get a 4, so we'll be able to move at least 1 space. And let's check out R31. That will give us our 3rd command token. We have if Spout turned to 31.1, we do have Spout. That is for the spider. So those people, those villagers told us the wrong way to go. If you think about it, they sent us to hell. I'm just saying, because that's why I checked out R18. Interesting. You hike past yellow tufts of grass into a narrow canyon, climbing through a labyrinth of rock and sand for hours. The crew descends a natural staircase to a sandy enclosure. Suddenly, the sand starts sucking you down, and before you know it, you're knee deep. Raphael howls in panic. Quicksand! The crew tries to scramble out of the sand, kicking and grasping. Mac whistles, the sharp note echoing through the narrow canyons. Don't move. The more you struggle, the faster you sink. That's what you always see in every movie. We should all know how to deal with quicksand. Well, we have one single test, a Savvy 12. That's what we have to do. If we fail, minus 13 health. Wow. Okay, a Savvy 12 test. Laurent here has a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 Savvy. Mac has 1 for 5 Savvy. However, she has low morale, so we're going to have to use one command to use her. And she's a little bit mad, so she's going to take a point of damage for that. We're now at 5. We've got our captain here that has 2, so that's 7. And we can use Kasumi for 8, but she's also going to take a point of damage because she's a little bit mad. Let's see, 8 plus 2 is 10. Oh, that's still not enough. We've got Sancho with us. We'll go ahead and use her for a redraw. And we get for a redraw a 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Beautiful. We passed it. The light is fading. It's time to go back, you say, disappointed that your search turned up nothing, but relieved to be free of quicksand. On the way back, you make a wrong turn, stopping on the ledge of a dark canyon so deep you can't see the bottom. Stickly silk stretches from one edge of the canyon to the other. Oh, it's a spider! I think we found what we're looking for, said Audrey, trembling. Red spindle legs click in the shadows, and a giant spider crawls into the dusky light. Round white spider eggs wrapped in silk rest on the edge of the web near you. Raphael picks up a rock ready to smash the eggs. The spider crawls forward slowly, hissing. Stop, please. A, we can destroy the eggs, or B, we can talk to the spider. Generally talking usually ends into fighting, but we're probably going to fight anyways. So let's do 31.4. Let's figure out what this spider's about. You hold up your hands. We were sent by a village to the east. They say you've been stealing their sheep and chickens. The spider mandibles click, grinding left and right. They lie! I have never attacked them. I only hunt rodents and seabirds. I would never go near the village. Raphael grunts. Yeah, but how can we trust you? The spider hisses. Sss. You cannot, but you must believe me. My children are the last of my family, and I will soon perish. If they do not hatch, it will be the end of us. We live in peace here. We help the humans by hunting the rodents that eat their grain. I do remember those obnoxious rodents we fought right at the beginning of this entire playthrough. Tell the spider you'll keep her location secret, or tell her you don't believe her lies and attack her web. Do we believe her? Why do I feel like I want to believe a spider? But I do. I'm going to do R76. You are good humans, says the spider. We will tell you where to find one of those rare godstones. Ooh, I definitely like this spider. Gain 2 materials. Okay, so that's nice because we used up all of our materials before. 1 vegetable. Yum, yum, yum. 1 meat and 3 more XP. I think that puts us at a total of 5 XP. And we complete quest 204, which we have here. Oh, and we get 206, secluded. Didn't we just see something with the secluded keyword? I think so. Well, gosh darn, this R3 was where we just were at with the secluded keyword. So now we have to go back here and check that out because, come on, that spider helped us out. Oh, you know, I wonder if this is going to be interesting. I wonder if we're going to have to fight that astrologist now. Okay, so that's going to complete our turn this time. We don't have many more events left before we're ending the game. So if I can find one more totem, I think I'd be happy. I think I'm going to come down here to the galley. I'm going to discard Rapid Strike to remove 1 fatigue from Laurent. Okay, so Laurent is still good to go with his Savvy 5, because who doesn't want that? Then I'm going to go ahead and draw one of these. And we're going to get a triage. Oh, I could put that on him. I don't have a lot of command, though. I am going to gain 2 command. I had 1 from before, so that gives us a total of 3 command. Let's go ahead and flip our event card, and we have parasites. Who likes parasites? Maddening parasites are infecting the crew. Each time you cook a recipe, draw a fate. If 1 through 4, gain 1 madness. Well, I've got enough madness to begin with. Perform a Savvy 8 challenge. If you do, discard this card and gain 1 XP. But that takes an action. I'm running out of turns. Well, how about this? I'm going to go ahead and use my steam engine, use 2 out of my 3 command. I only have 1 command left. But that's going to let me move 2. I'm going to move 1 here. I'm going to go ahead and check out R3 yet again. And that's going to give me another command, so I at least have 2 command. And then if I have to find anything, I'll have 4 command. If keyword secluded, go to 43.1. You follow the spider's directions through a grassy mountain canyon until you reach a plateau covered in the ruins of a city. Grotesque statues of spider-human hybrids stand amid broken walls. As you pass one, voices begin to mumble in your head. Your thoughts grow hazy. We have a Savvy 11 test, -4 health, gain 2 madness, and 2 frightened. Ooh, I do think I want to pass that. I was just thinking 4 health, we could take that. No. 2 madness and 2 frightened, that means 2 more people couldn't attack. I want to pass this. Let's go ahead and use Laurent for 3, 4. Let's see. We would need a 6 then. Do I want to add anybody else? You know what? I can use Kanan for a total of 5. Then we'll flip, and we have a 6. 6 plus 5 is 11. Wow! That'll work. 11 will work. You enter an underground museum. Its hallways lined with broken statues. A grotesque bird statue holds a stone in its beak. A totem. As you reach for it, a maniacal clicking echoes through the chamber. Giant red spiders crawl down the walls, grasping at you with hairy legs and hungry eyes. Oh man, come on, I thought the spiders were on our team. 88, 89, level 16. Look at all of that venom on these guys. Holy moly. But I do gain 2 more command, so I have a total of 4 command. Bring it on. Let's go ahead and start off with Captain Odessa. Let's see what she can do. She's adding +2. She only needs a 6 for either one. I'm going to attack the one on the left first. We've got a 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. That's more than enough. She's dealing a total of 4 damage, but let's go ahead and make that a little bit more. What I want to do is hit all of this. So I need to do 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to use our Tusk here. We'll spend 1 command to add +2 damage. Thank you, Hell, for that. So that gives us a total of 6 damage. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 more is 6. Now, she would normally get attacked back for 4, 5, 6, 7. But what do you guys say instead we make that not any at all? We use a second command to ignore one enemy's counterattack. Oh, that's awesome. Let's then have Marco take this spider out. +3, he can deal 3 damage. That's all we need. We'll go ahead and flip our ability card, and we get another 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. Beautiful. With that 3 damage, we can do 2 and 1, taking this spider out. And we did forget that our captain should be able to give this to someone because they can hit diagonally. And of course, Marco can give his synergy token because he's going to cover that spot. I think I'm going to go ahead and give both of these to Kasumi. Kasumi will do our 3rd attack. She's got a +2, so she just needs a 4 or higher. She gets a 4. Beautiful. So she's dealing 4 damage. I believe we're going to use our last 2 command to use both of these. She's going to have to take 1 point of damage for it, but she will deal a total of 6 damage. She will, though, have 2 damage on her, and she's going to use both of these. With that 6 damage, she's going to go 3, 4, 5, and 6. Perfect, because that means Audrey will be able to take him out no problem. She then can use this one to do 2 additional damage that's not hitting heart locations. So we'll do this one and this one. That means she's only getting hit for 5 damage. She has 1 block. You can see the 1 damage here plus 4. She's got 1 block, so she's taking 4 damage. She can only take 3 before she's maxed out. So she'll take 3. She's totally exhausted out at 5. And then the 2 remaining, you know it's going to go on to Raphael. And then we have Audrey, our spider killer. She's guaranteed to succeed at a +5 with the death bell. And we get a 1. That's perfect timing. Dead. Totally dead. Doing 2 damage. He only has 2 health remaining. He's gone. Spiders lie dead on their backs all around, quivering as you reach for the totem in the bird's statue's beak. Gain 7 coins. Holy moly. 1 artifact, 2 materials, 6 XP, and adventure card 121, the Pigment Stone. Complete quest 206. Well, that seems like a cool totem. Gain 1 of any food, 7 coins, another artifact, and 2 materials. Well, it's kind of hard not to do this because we're at a port. So I'm going to go to a port, get the last grain possible. I'm going to spend 2 coins to heal up Kasumi to full and Raphael to full. That means only Mac and our captain have 1 point of damage. And then going to do the collector, I have 2 artifacts again. Convert that into 3 XP, so I now have 14 XP and 3 more coins. And now let's go ahead and see what level ups I want. With our 14 XP now, we're going to go ahead and get Distract, Inventive Chef, and World Lore for our 3 characters. We'll start that next turn by going to the bridge. We're going to remove 9 command tokens. Yeah, that's right, 9. Man, we used so many. We're going to gain 3. We had none in the supply. And we'll draw 1 of our ability cards, and we have Adrenaline. I can only hold 3, so I'm going to go ahead and discard Adrenaline. Our event card for this turn, we only have 2 left. Iron-eating insects. A swarm of termites are eating through the hull. Trap the insects and get rid of them. Oh, we take 5 ship damage? I don't think I want 5 ship damage. So let's go ahead and use Audrey. Audrey has craft of 1, 2, 3, 4. We need a 9. That should be okay. We'll draw. We got a 4. 4 plus 4 is an 8. Let's go ahead and use 1 command with our ghostly tools. That gives us plus 3. We are good to go. We're then going to have Audrey have some Zokamir wine. This means we only have 1 command left. But by doing that, we can remove 1 of these. And let's see, a low morale. Yeah, let's get the low morale off of Mac. I'm not really sure what else I want to do for the end of the game, so I think I'm going to try and get rid of these parasites. I'm going to go ahead and use Laurent. He has 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this is his second one. I'm going to have to get rid of that. So he's giving us 4 savvy. We just need a 4 or higher to have that succeed. We got a 5. Beautiful. So we can discard parasites. Let's go ahead and move for our second action. I don't even know where I'm going. A 5. So with a 5, we can move 2 spaces. I'm going to move 1, 2... And then I think next time I might just try and move here, here, and go to the market to use some of my money. And then that's the end of the game. Let's move over to the quarters. We're going to remove the 2 command tokens that we used, and we're going to gain 3. So we have a total of 4 in our supply. We'll draw 1 ability card, and we have a 2. I'm going to have to discard 1. Let's go ahead and discard this random 4. That doesn't do anything for us. And let's see what we have for our last event. We have the Hunting Serpent. A sea serpent follows the ship. Ongoing. When revealed, place the sea serpent token on the region where the ship is located. Turn end, the sea serpent token moves 2 distance towards the ship. If in the same region, draw Fate. If 1 through 3, place 2 ship damage. Ooh, action. Perform a strength 7 when it's in its location. If you succeed, discard this token and the card. Huh. Well, it sounds like we now have something to do. Let's take that sea serpent on. We need a strength 7. Let's just draw for it. Let's draw for it because I've got 3 guaranteed and we get a 4. Beautiful. So with this, spending 1 command, I'm going to have someone take 1 low morale. That gives us a total of 7 and we just killed that sea serpent. We'll give the low morale to Raphael. So I could potentially look at maybe R38 or try and move and check out R6, but the big thing is there might be more combats there, or there might be something that bad happens. I've got a bunch of totems. I think I'm just going to call it. We're going to say it's the end of this turn. Let's go ahead and move to story F1. Oh wait, before doing that, we do get to do another ship action. Let's go ahead and move here. We're going to gain 3 more command, and I'm going to remove the 1 on the Night Glove, so everything is ready. We've got 3 command. I get to draw 1 of these ability cards. Oh, it's a 2. It's a great one to get rid of. I'm just going to discard. Oh, this could help us with +1. You know what I'm going to do is I am going to discard Lessons, and then with this +1 that we have here, I'm going to go ahead and slot that onto Kanan. I can spend 1 of the command that I just got. Let's go ahead and check out F1. A figure materializes from the dust in the air. A short, plump woman with a nest of gray hair, though there's a transparent ghostliness to her. She wears an apple grin, and in her right hand she grips a tall bamboo fishing pole. It's the same woman you met when you first arrived in the Wandering Sea, the first person you talked to in this strange world on the rocky spire many weeks ago, the god Omlude. You've run out of time. The Hectricon wants to rule these seas unchallenged by the gods. He's found you, and he's gathered enough strength to destroy you. It's now or never, so you'll need all the help you can get. Even if you fight him off this time, he'll return tomorrow, and the next day, and he won't stop until he sinks your ship. She disappears. Restore all crew members' health, remove all status tokens, including low morale, which is good because they all have that, and remove all fatigue. Remove all command tokens from all adventure cards and crew boards, then gain 7 command plus 1, which is 8, and split them between me. You may now also spend any unused experience points to buy level cards. I think I have 1, but whatever, I'm not going to do that. Something disturbs the quiet sea. A distant tectonic pounding rumbles the ship's interior, echoing through the corridors. Foam builds to starboard until waves erupt and a giant creature emerges from the deep. So now, normally, we would have a combat of 46, 47, and 49. Here's the thing. It's not going to matter how I do on this. If I lose, what you're supposed to do, defeat. If you are defeated while playing normal mode, mark a defeat on your journey log and start at F1 again. I'm going to do it over and over again. I'm not going to do it. We're just going to continue on to the adventure, and this can be something that I have not spoiled for you then, because I've spoiled pretty much everything else. I couldn't do this with the other ones that were automatically happening because it would affect the rest of the story, but here, meh, let's just go to F2. As the titanic monster sinks below the waves, the sky grows suddenly dark, the star patterns alien and exotic. The horizon shifts and a solitary stony island appears before the ship. Columns of white rock stand in a circle around a tower at the center of the island, and it feels like an eerie and cursed place, though you know you can't avoid it. You can feel in your gut that this is the way home. This is where the gods sleep. If you have no totems, we have totems. You land and climb a cracked stairway that leads into the tower. Strangely, the air is stale, as if the sea wind cannot touch this place. White sand lies in clumps along the stairs, emitting an unearthly glow against the black sea and midnight sky. Inside the tower is hollow. A borderless staircase runs up the wall's edge. As you start up the stairs, you hear a clatter of steps behind you. A ragtag group filled the doorway. Lucran soldiers, Zokmir hunters, archers, and warriors of Pan. A man takes off his crimson helmet, his weathered, wrinkled eyes pleading. "Stop! Don't wake the gods. They'll exact revenge upon these seas." Mac grips your arm, her frown cold and unmoving. "Ignore them. We're so close now." The man in red armor drops his helmet on the chipped floor, advancing with trepidation like a beggar. "Stop now and give us the totems. We've been following you because word was spreading about your crew, that you had lasted longer than any other totem seekers, even fighting back the Hectricon. People were saying that you might succeed, and they were right, but it doesn't have to end this way." A Pan woman steps forward, her bioluminescent skin glowing in the darkness. "My people were destroyed for defying the gods. Many have suffered under their wrath. Please give this up. Stay here in our world." We have a bunch of options here. A, we can run up the tower as quickly as we can. We can B, tell them you plan to destroy the gods, but we need to have the frog keyword. Now I will tell you that when Barrett and I played, we did have the frog keyword, so that's what we did. So we're not going to do that this time. We could lie to them and say that you plan to destroy the gods, even though you cannot do so. Unavailable with keyword frog. We can attack them. I'm not going to do that. We can give them totems. We can give them the totems, actually. Oh, that's interesting. Or we can tell them you plan to turn the gods mortal. But that requires the totem, the Sword of Duelist, which I don't believe we have. Clockwork Owl. And 90, the Stone of Wind and Waves. We don't have any of those. So I can't do E, and I can't do B. So I'm thinking of either A, because we didn't run up the stairs, or E, just give them the totems. I mean, I know that these gods aren't good. I've seen what they've done. So let's do E. Let's give them the totems. F12. In your heart, you've known it would come down to this moment. You can't bring yourself to condemn an entire world, even if it means going home. The totems are heavy as you gather them, and you feel a weight leave you as you hand your collection to the Pan woman. She thanks you solemnly, and the others bow and meet you, quietly offering thanks and assuring you that you are welcome in the wandering sea. But it's all too much for Mac. Silent until this moment, she erupts at the crew. "You can't! Not after all this time! I'm going home to see my sister, dang you!" Mac jumps at the Pan woman before anyone can stop her and steals away with some of the totems, disappearing into the shadows of the tower. The crowd explodes with fury, scrambling after her, but even after hours of searching, no one can find her. You return to the Manticore, but it isn't long before the Hectricon trails you again, revived and out for revenge, bashing the ship's hull and scratching at it with mighty claws at every opportunity. He knows what you seek and who you are, and he'll never stop hunting. In a desperate move, you turn the ship full speed towards shore, beaching your beloved vessel to escape the monster. As the months go by, the crew members adjust to their fate. You make your way to Zokmir, the sanctuary city, a place where all those without a home must eventually seek refuge. Once there, one by one, the crew bids farewell, seeking their own destinies. Gregory sits on the edge of a dock, sipping a cup of tea as the fleet of Zokmir fishing ships departs for the day's labor. It's so strange, it feels like this might actually be where I wanted to live all along. You sit next to him, swinging your legs over the calm turquoise water below. Sometimes we don't know what we really want until we can't choose, you say. I suspect in many ways I can live a life here that's just as fulfilling as it would have been back home. You fill your lungs, stretching your face up to the hazy sun. And I think I finally stopped mourning my father. Gregory nods. Yes, but what about the manticore? A slow smile spreads across your face. I don't think I'll ever be able to let that go. We would not have survived this without you, Captain, he says. Thank you. You place a hand on Gregory's shoulder and he climbs to his feet, strolling towards his new medical clinic down the road. We have gotten Ending 1. Our instructions. Mark down the totems you found on this campaign on the achievement sheet. The sheet tells you which cards you unlock. Use these in all future campaigns. You can now start a new one. Reset all cards and components in the game. Huh! I am not going to do another one after doing 2 of these. This was fun though. We scored ourselves a total of 12 additional totems. I had 8 from before. That makes a total of 20 totems that we have found. Plus now I've had 2 endings. So I had ending number 6 before. We just had ending number 1. That actually puts us right at 22. So technically we can now play with all of these cards unlocked. Oh, that's really cool. But look at how many more of these I have not found. I mean, there's an insane amount of totems. I think that's what's so fun about this. I did just tell you that I needed a break from the game, but looking at this, I'm going, oh, but what if I want to get the Stone of the Mind and the Stone of the Wind and the Waves? I want to see all of these. I hope you guys enjoyed this playthrough. Hopefully it showed you just how much fun this game is, and I appreciate anyone who watched all the way through. Thank you for your time and for you sticking with me. I hope I will see you in some of my other playthroughs. I'll catch you at the next stop.